him in Playing by Heart. Please welcome Ryan Phillippe. Thanks for coming, yeah.
I think there is something to the mayor's new body consciousness. In the hallway, he gave me one of these.
Did he really? He went to hit you or something?
I think so, yeah.
He's really into himself now. You know, I was going to mention something just before we got started, because I was just talking to Andy about it. There's a network. Jeff, do you know which network it is? There's a network that's doing their own movie that's, instead of being called I Know What You Did Last Summer, it's called, like, What You Did That Time, I Know.
Yeah.
It's like such a clear... I don't know, I don't want to say which network can get, but I was looking at TV Guide today, and it was like, you know, on Thursday, that thing you did, we know about it. And it's, you know, and it's about 4 kids who accidentally kill someone.
Exactly like the 4 people in a movie of a similar type. Yeah.
You should have your lawyer look into this.
Yeah, you know.
Unless it's on NBC, in which case, drop it.
Okay.
Let's talk about Playing by Heart.
Yes.
I'm looking at the cast in this movie and realizing you get to work with Sean Connery, and there are a few people that are on that level of being kind of an icon. What's it like to work with the guy?
Well, honestly, he's one of the few. You meet people in this business, and after a while, you get, you know, sort of jaded to a degree. You know, Sean Connery is one of the few people who lives up to what your expectations of him would be. He's imposing, just reverence is, you know, he walks down the hallway and it's silent, and you know, one of the
He probably thinks people hate him. You know?
I think
what's going on here?
I think he's well aware of his prestige, or, you know.
Does you know, I would think it'd be a lot of pressure for Sean Connery, because everybody expects him. Yeah, for him to be working with Ryan Phillippe. Yeah.
No, well, you know, he signed on right after me, and so that was the first hint that he was sort of anxious to work with on
You've
film.
Clearly lost your mind. No, but you know, it's funny is that I would think a guy like that, everyone knows him from the Bond movies, and there'd be this pressure on him to be James Bond, or to be as cool as James Bond, and yet, you know,
he's so connected to it. That's him. I think he does that without thinking. That's who he is.
But what if he, you know, if he goes to the men's room and comes out with toilet paper trailing from his shoe, it's like a huge cosmic letdown for everybody.
You wouldn't say anything. You
Right.
Just wouldn't. You just kind of let it.
Right.
You would think it was the coolest piece.
Hey, Connery, you look like an ass. That wouldn't work.
He grabbed the toilet paper and strangled it.
And he could. That's what Jon Stewart and I were on the set, and we kind of felt out of place, because there's Jenna Rollins and Sean Connery and Madeline Stowe and Dennis Quaid and Gillian Anderson, all these people on set.
Right.
And, you know, then pièce de résistance, Sean Connery. And so we're waiting at some point for him to turn around and say, you know, the 2 of us, and I see you're both pussies. Just, you know, take out a Tommy gun and put us down or something. You know, just kind of like, we paled in comparison to the guy. Like, there was just no, I mean, it's Sean Connery. Come on.
But he didn't really say that. Good. Do you, I mean, did you have like a meal with him? Did you eat with him?
I did. See, that's one of the perks, is you actually get to, watching Sean Connery eat, to me, was fascinating. And I have an aversion.
So he was like eating?
That was so cute.
He hates that.
So he put so much salt in his food. I was going to say something, and I didn't. But you know, you get to watch. I don't know.
And you have. I was reading some interview with you. You have food issues yourself. Aren't you like food phobic or something?
There was a time when I was young that I wouldn't eat out at a restaurant with my parents. I have this phobia. The idea of people watching me eat makes me uncomfortable, and maybe that's because I find the idea of watching other people eat uncomfortable.
Right, so...
It's the noises the mouth makes and the tongue and everything. It's just, I get...
How do you eat? It sounds like...
Fast, really fast.
Oh, you eat fast?
Someone on your show told me that you're a fast eater.
I'm a very fast eater.
We could go do it.
Well, I grew up in a family with 6. There were 6 kids in the family. So it's like, you know, we eat like people in a prison.
Exactly.
You know, you have an arm guarding the plate. You know, it's just, I eat really quickly to this day. Now, it's no secret. This isn't a gossip show. We don't do that here. But it's no secret that you go out with Reese Witherspoon. You 2 are an item.
I am that lucky, yes.
Yeah, very gorgeous. And we did a...
talented, polite, wonderful.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
I could go on forever.
Isn't that nice? You're going to say...
Instant audience attachment right there.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
You manipulative bastard.
Yeah. Afterwards, you're like, how was that? The whole Reese did. It worked? All right, good. Let's get out of here.
Dressing room full of hookers.
Let's go to scores. All right. We did an If They Made It on the show. And this is a technology where we take celebrity couples and we see what their child would look like if they were to have a child. Did you hear about this or something?
Okay, first of all, I did hear about this by way of my father, who learned of the information on the internet.
So no one in this scenario is actually watching the show.
Well, I'm a massive fan. This,
Okay.
no, this to me was a moment where once I found this out, I had arrived. Like, that to me was like one of those crowning. I love this show and the fact that you guys did this, but I have yet to see the picture.
Aw, come on. You're saying all the right things.
No, and I'm not, you know.
Did you see it? Did you actually see it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Let's show it to you right now. We have, we did this. This is Reese Witherspoon. Of course, that's you. And this is the child. If you have a child, this is what it's going to look like. Let's take a look. I'm just curious.
Wow. Wow. Okay, all right. Okay, so everybody's supposed to get a good laugh out of this.
Yeah.
It's worst case scenario, and it happens to look more like me, which is.
No, what are you talking about? Does your dad found out about this surfing the web? Does he do that a lot?
There's a girl who's nice enough to have a website devoted to my floundering acting career, and and my dad gets on here, he emails her off and on, and he monitors the website and checks out all the new editions. It's this, you know, and then.
Are you comfortable with your dad reading your website?
I am. I'm glad he's interested, you know. That's always nice. You get that kind of support. But he finds out some things that I don't necessarily tell them. And there was a film in which I'd shown my rear end. And my dad is surfing the net one day and kind of goes into the website and checks it out and hears, you know, or sees postings by, I guess, fans that had seen my rear end and started talking about how, you know, so my dad's immediately going to my mother. And, you know, I go up, you know, kind of, you know.
Your dad talking about the popularity of your bare butt.
Yeah, it's just creepy. It's
bothers you a little bit.
Yeah,
what kind of fans were they? Is it?
I think young girls.
Let's hope so.
Say one thing.
It's real hard to pass yourself off as a young girl on the internet. I speak from experience.
You do it just fine.
See, that's what
you do just fine, Andy.
These are two of the most comedically courageous gentlemen on television today.
That was just the truth. What do you mean courageous?
Courageous?
What do you think?
I'm just stupid.
Yeah. We get points on the show for just telling the truth.
There were two guys in the back afraid to smoke in the bathroom because the mayor was here. I thought that was funny. They were afraid the mayor was going to come around and bust them.
Oh, really? Are they with the
They're
band?
in the bathroom, I believe, probably.
Oh, this is great. Yeah, they're going to come out here, like, just jonesing for something. Playing by Heart opens January 29th.
It's a sweet film. It's really, really great.
Check out that show and that movie. And Ryan, thanks so much for making time for us. Come on back sometime.
I would love
Best of luck with
to.
everything.
Thank you, sir.
Ryan Phillippe, everybody. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with Jewel.